My name is Myrah Peñaloza, and I'm originally from California, and I've been living in Bali now for the last almost 2 years. So how I got involved into becoming a Kundalini yoga teacher and mentor and just all-around guidance in these teachings was in my own experience. I found that I just got so much more clear in who I was here to be and step into my power with more grace, more sovereignty and regality to just own kind of what I wanted to be on the planet. And I just needed to share it with every woman that I came across with. And as of 2011, I mean, I've been in the practice and in these teachings since 2004, but as of 2011, I started to actually share it publicly with other women. And I created this series called Moving into Grace. And it was all about, techniques and teachings on how to empower women. My heart's intention for women in the world today is to step into their fierce grace, to step into that inner knowing that they are enough, and we have to take our power back and restore the balance on the planet and really own it with softness, serenity, equanimity, and simplicity. The way that I like to kind of empower women through my practices is to being a role model. I strongly believe there aren't people on the planet who are stepping into what we want to experience more on the planet. There's a lot of subtle superficiality, and I feel like if there is someone that's stepping into what we want to see more onto the planet, it's up to you. And I strongly believe that women are the leaders of the change. So every woman that you come into contact with is stepping into that leadership, whether they're conscious of it or not. So we're all leaders, we're all teachers. We teach just with our aura, with our presence, with our attitude, with the way that we hold our posture. It's teaching, it's sending a message. And then that in return inspires someone in the receiver to kind of step into their own power as well. So I definitely like to incorporate Kundalini yoga, tea ceremony, and all kind of aspects. For example, right now I've been really practicing Qigong, and that has changed a lot of my understanding of the energy and how we really are, the imprint of our aura really does shift, the environment that we're in. So just through our presence alone, we can shift. How I would advise women to, whenever the pressure is on, they feel the depression, they feel the comparison, they feel the lackness or the scarcity, is to do the opposite, right? When you feel depressed, press back. When you feel like you're alone, ask to be in an environment where there's more people. When you feel like, you need friendships, be friendly. When you feel you need love, be loving. When you feel you need humor, be funny. Just take ownership. Don't outsource what you need to feel good about yourself. Because you have it all. We are the creators of our experience, and that co-collaboration of freedom is what we need to experience more of, and lean into that. Ask yourself, what do I want to experience more of? And then whatever answer comes out, without letting your mind rule the show, just whatever comes out intuitively, then look for that. I want to be in a loving relationship. Be loving, and then those relationships that don't meet you at the place that you want to be at will fade away, and that's okay. Life is about emptying and filling up again. Emptying and filling up again. And sometimes we need to be empty for a really long time. And then sometimes we're full and we're overflowing and we're giving and receiving, and then, it's a duality and balance. How do I nurture the connection with my inner goddess? By doing all the things that make me feel goddessly like. Just being naked, running around in the rice fields. I'm joking, but envisioning that for a sense. But just doing all the things that make me feel like I'm being taken care of. And again, not outsourcing, but just doing it on my own. If I want to get the shoes, I get the shoes. If I want to buy this whole outfit, I buy this whole outfit. And I think that's very important, because we have been brought up with, a little bit of a mentality that you can't have it all, but you really can. I love to dance. That makes me feel like a goddess. Dancing and moving and feeling my body just makes me feel in-tuned. Kundalini yoga, some practices do awaken that inner Shakti fire, that inner feminine creator quality. When I'm making things with my hands, it makes me feel like a goddess. It makes me feel like that co-creative energy that is, you know, polarity of a god, you know, and reminding myself, wow, I am the co-creator of my experience, you know? And all things that are beauty alignment make me feel like a goddess. Like I mentioned before, just going out to nature, smelling the roses, being a part of nature, getting that mud and soil on my hands and on my body. It makes me feel beautiful. And also making love makes me feel like a goddess. Erika Peña's collection she takes it to the next level. Every time I put on a piece of hers, I feel like I'm stepping into the essence of myself that I've been kind of dancing around pretending not to be. And I just get to be this person that's like embodying her full inner goddess. And you know, you can't really, it has to be experienced. Like you have to get a piece and step into it, because she just pushes the limit of your comfort zone. You know, never would I have worn, you know, a big flowy gown, even though I do love gowns, but not to the caliber of how she designs the pieces. And I just feel so, honestly, like my inner goddess is really stepping in to the light. You know, like I'm not hiding behind the curtain and pretending anymore. Now I'm like stepping into it, and it's just like, boom, there it is. The pieces allow me to just have so much freedom and move into grace with just such effortlessness. And it just feels so good. So yes. My favorite Erika Peña pieces are the Carmen and the Eva. And it's what I'm wearing right now. And they're my favorite because they're just so effortless. I love wearing them, and I just feel so, the word that comes to mind, just so sexy. I feel so sexy, and just, you know, I can wear it down, I could take off the Eva and just wear the Carmen, and it just, I love it. It's easy and I don't have to think about anything. And when you wear a romper, it's just you slide it on and you're good to go. For me, what is important to support each other in one tribe is to celebrate each other, to truly celebrate each other, to go to the opening, to go to the show, to buy the piece, you know, to just, that's the only way we're really going to be the change, you know, and be the leaders and be the role models that really show up for one another, you know. I love sharing tea ceremony. And it's also known as Chadao, way of tea. And it's a very Zen practice. However, there's not so much of a strictness to it. For me, tea allows me to wash away kind of my busy mind. And it's something that I practice in the morning, it's something that I practice in the evening, something that I go to every time I feel like I need clarity, every time I need new inspiration, every time I need to in-source what I need to produce or to, you know, provide on the planet. And it's a really sweet process in the way that it allows us to connect to the simplicity and the serenity and the equanimity of balancing through movement, through stillness, through contemplative thought. Even just the movement alone is just a moving meditation. So the preparing of the tea begins with the cleansing. And as we cleanse, we prepare, we wait, we pour, we sit, and we drink. And then as we're drinking, there is, you know, the tea is unfolding and giving itself freely to you to provide wisdom of what you already know. And it's just connecting you to, you know, the soul from the beginning of time. And it's just super simple: hot water, fire, tea leaves, and teaware. And then the space and the spirit. So it just really invokes all the 5 elements into one little experience that is quite profound for some. It's very moving for others, it's very subtle. There's a saying where you cannot deny the tea. You can choose to say that you don't like it, which is fair, but you cannot deny the tea because it's there, you know, and it's giving itself freely to you. And what I found so promising and so rewarding about tea ceremony is that it really brings about a subtle community and sweetness to the space. So I've been serving now here in Bali quite often and opening it up for women who want to come and sit with me in the morning, and it's truly brought in some really beautiful souls and has nurtured some really beautiful relationships. So I'm really grateful for that practice.